More woke trash games are getting canceled. Oh no, the horror, am I right? Well, at least they're probably woke games because they're made by Respawn.
So things are not looking too good right now for Respawn Entertainment. A news article just dropped that they apparently have been forced to cancel two video games that they were working on in the background. Now, one of these video games that they canceled was already known to be canceled back in March, but there is another video game that they are not talking about that hasn't been announced that they have officially canceled. So that's two games within the last 2 months that have been canceled by Respawn Entertainment, and people are wondering what is going on. It's only a matter of time before they get.
Oh no, the people who brought to you LBGTQ plus friendly Apex Legends. Oh no, I know, so horrible, right?
Layoffs, right? Well, another article dropped right as I'm about to film this video, literally saying that 100 people have been laid off and moved after Respawn has canceled their video games. And as expected, anytime you hear about video game cancellations, it's almost always guaranteed that you are going to have some level of layoffs follow suit. It's only a matter of time. People are trying to pretend as if
Good. The more layoffs, the better.
this is not the reality, but the quite frank reality is that things are not looking too good in the gaming industry. The amount of money that has been available in the past is no longer there, and projects are number one, not as easily funded, and number
First of all, the money is still there, by the way. Just no one is willing to dish it out for complete trash projects that literally burn 500 millions and make a whopping return of 5 cents.
number two are just so bloated that now developers and studios are being forced to make decisions within themselves to say, you know what? This is not exactly very worth it to continue this lengthy process that we spent $50+ million on. Perhaps we should cancel. So let's get into this article from Insider Gaming. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. So the initial article said that Respawn had canceled two games to focus more on Apex Legends and Star Wars, apparently. In a
Wait, are they the one who did Jedi Survivors and whatnot?
lengthy statement posted on social media, the studio says that the decision to cancel the projects
Star Wars Jedi.
weren't easy and that they were deeply grateful to every teammate affected. They said, as we sharpen our focus for the future, we've made the decision to step away from two early stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. The statement reads, these decisions aren't easy, and we are deeply grateful to every teammate affected. Their creativity and contributions have helped build Respawn into what it is today. So this already this entire thing starts off as a bad PR statement that layoffs are going to follow. They could try to make it sound as nice as possible, but this is almost always followed by layoff. And the crazy thing is that this second article wasn't available when I was literally about to start filming this video. And then all of a sudden they drop it confirming my exact notion. I was going to film this video saying I'm almost positive that layoffs are going to follow this announcement at some point in time soon. It's only a matter of
Well, of course they're gonna follow. I mean, the do you think no one was making this?
time, and then we ended up getting it the same exact day, which is wild.
10
So
out of 10.
Respawn continued and said, looking ahead, our commitment to player first experiences remains unchanged. Innovation has always been at the core of Respawn's identity, and it continues to drive how we build the future, from evolving live experiences to crafting new worlds and stories. When it's games to the new focus, specifically Respawn says that it will put heavier effort into not just delivering competitive, innovative seasons, but expanding what Apex can.
Okay, okay. Let's look at what Respawn has done. Respawn Entertainment game list. Respawn Entertainment games. Okay, let's see. Apex Legends, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivors. Okay, Titanfall. Jesus, Titanfall 2, Medal of Honor Beyond, Above and Beyond. What? Medal of Honor is still a thing? Did not even know. So, yeah, the people who have Titanfall Titanfall has a cult following, but Titanfall is a failure effectively. But Star Wars Jedi, these are the only things that they did good. Apex Legends is dying. So, the fact that they want to, actually work on things that they have done previously kind of good, I guess. Because, well, the Star Wars Jedi games are will be loved. People really like them, and they're successful. And Apex Legends still is successful. Not even though they, it is literally just woke shenanigans at this point.
Be itself. That includes refining the core gameplay and bringing new ideas to the upcoming seasons. They also say that they are investing in what's next for the franchise, exploring bold experiences that push the boundaries of competitive play while staying
Oof.
true to the spirit of competition, creativity, and integrity that our community expects. So, all of this amazing PR speed is going to be
Hmm.
followed by the inevitable reality that there is going to be layoffs, right? If they are going to be canceling 2 projects, I gotta imagine how many people were working on that project. And not all of them are gonna be able to be moved over if they're only focusing on 2 video games. Those 2 video games are just not profitable enough to support all that bloat. So that leads us to here, where we have another article following up right after that says 100 people have been laid off or moved after respawn game cancellations. It says on Tuesday, it was announced that Respawn had canceled 2 games at the studio to put more of a focus on Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. While it was confirmed that there will be employees impacted by the decisions, it wasn't revealed how many employees at Respawn were going to be laid off. But according to a
Probably roughly 80-70% of the people who were already assigned to work at these new projects.
new report, that number isn't small. IGN's Rebecca Valentine reports that roughly 100 individuals are affected by the changes. This group of employees includes developers, QA, publishing, and more. And it's not just people from the canceled games being hit either. Gee, I wonder why that is, because quite frankly, everybody knows that Apex has been underperforming. Apex has actually been losing players on and on for a few months now. It's actually performing under what
Well, they are underperforming, and they are underperforming in a way that it hits their bottom line because there's a reason they introduced all the predatory microtransaction BS in Apex. We covered that, remember? And well, what else am I honestly supposed to say? They're losing people, but they're not losing them like this. They're losing them like this, you know? It's a steady, slow decline.
they would actually like for it to be doing. And with that comes layoffs. They just don't have the money to support the bloat anymore. They're going to have to continue to trim the fat. And this is like what? We're in month 4 now in the year, and we've had a multitude of studios fire people, lay
Good,
off people, all kinds
good.
of stuff. It's been absolutely insane what's happening.
Dude, the gaming industry is the only stupid industry that where people are looking. Oh my god, someone worked at a company for 4 years and they're getting let go now. Horrible, bro. That's fucking normal. Like, what kind of magic world are you coming from? 4 years of job security is actually not that bad. Not gonna lie.
To the point now where we have, again, I want to reiterate to you guys, we have a list here that I've been using that's been updated. And the last time it was updated was 426, where we are keeping track of every single studio, the amount of layoffs, and the announcement, and what
Ooh,
studio and company was affected. It's insane how many layoffs have happened. As of right now, there has been an estimated, and keep in mind, there's some question marks here because some studios haven't announced how many people they fired. They are trying to keep it vague. So with all the numbers we actually have,
7. Damn.
we have almost 2,000 people fired in the year of 2025 alone, and we are only in month 4 of the year. That is not even including the recent reports of layoffs from some companies like
Bro, this means nothing, by the way. 2K people, that's probably the average move amount that you have, well, no, 5Ks. 7Ks probably around that. How, what, I hate people when they say, okay, let me Google this. I hate people that say, oh my god, the game industry is falling apart. How many people work in the games industry worldwide? Let's see. How many people work in the games industry? Oh, look at that. Amir's the game job companion estimated recently that about 230,000 people work in the games industry. That sounds low to Ken White, one of the leading game industry coffee chat. So White's crew dug into the numbers and their own came up with an estimate of 740 to 900,000 people. Okay. So the games industry is roughly lowest estimates 200K, highest estimates 900K big. Okay, listen, 2K firings don't mean shit. This is why I'm constantly saying more. Give me more. Because this isn't enough. This is enough to spark change, okay? That's not a lot. That is woefully non-existential, in fact.
Like this one. So I can only imagine when we start adding this and other companies down the line, what is that number going to get to? How many layoffs is the gaming industry going to have to take
Not
before they
enough.
realize that their bloat is absolutely unnecessary? That they're going to have to get back to the basics at this point. That they're going to have to figure out, hey, we need to get back to merit-based hiring. We need to get back to people who actually are nerds. We need nerds back in gaming. That's what we need. That's what I've always said.
Bring back the Cosby suite. I have been saying this all the time. Listen, I don't care what happens in your shitty company. I don't care how much breast milk gets stolen, Blizzard. Okay? Bring back the people who did that. They were pivotal to the success of Blizzard, okay? See it. My absolute boy, Bobby Kotick, can harass however many flight attendants. That's a joke, YouTube, by the way. That's a joke. I love flight attendant women and I respect them. But he can do whatever the hell he pleases. And he should get a raise every time he. That's a joke, YouTube. Every time he does it. Because at least then the games that Blizzard made were better, okay? This is just shit now, okay? We need the talented people deserve special treatment. I'm not gonna lie. Talented people deserve to be able to pull the trigger on whoever the fuck they want. That's a joke, YouTube.
Nerds back into gaming, because when nerds were in charge of gaming, gaming was at its peak. And then when nerds left gaming because they were kicked out by the women they let in, things just took a turn for the worse. And it's quite unfortunate. We need to get nerds back in. I don't care if you're a black nerd, female nerd, male nerd, white nerd. I don't care. Asian nerd.
I
Bring
do,
the
though.
nerds
I
back into
definitely
gaming,
do.
and gaming will definitely get better over the next few years. But then
I think gatekeeping is a pivotal part of society that should always be encouraged.
Valentine states that both the Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi teams were affected by the decision. Some staff members were moved to other projects like Battlefield and Iron Man at EA Motive. However, it's not clear how many of the impacted employees were moved elsewhere and how many were laid off entirely. Insider Gaming has made attempts to get clarification on the number of people impacted at Respawn, including how many people have.
Well, whatever. Not enough layoffs. Not enough layoffs. I wonder what games got cancelled. Because they were probably really shitty games to get cancelled. Jedi Survivor is the only thing with the future from Respawn. Medal of Honor, I think, busted really hard. Titanfall 3 is supposed to be in the workings currently, and actually pretty far in. So I don't think this is Titanfall 3 that we're talking about getting cancelled. Maybe, who honestly knows, though. But anyway, that was Hypnotic, 10 out of 10. Bye!